Welcome back to the InherAlchemist TV. In today's video, I am going to be doing a tarot spread on Princella the Queenmaker and Btaylor TV. I just recently discovered that they were in a little bit of a flirtation relationship. I don't know, curiosity piqued my interest, and I said, listen, is this real? Is this something for the cameras? Are they trolling? Are they compatible? Are they really in love? So I decided to pull out my handy dandy tarot cards and take a peek at what's really going on. So I have Princella at my top row, and I have Btaylor TV at the bottom row. So before we get started, please like the video, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel, and that you have your notification bells on. All right, so let's talk about it. So the first thing I want to say is that right smack dead in the middle of the spread is competition. So I feel like there is a huge motivation of Princella to pursue this new love interest of hers out of competition, out of a kind of like of a rivalry. And also she feels like Btaylor is going to bring her a lot of abundance and financial success. It's almost like Btaylor TV for her is carrying some type of abundant material energy, and she feels like she can make the best of her energy. Now, the conflict or the competition that she has is for her love. She gets kind of like carried away when she sees something new and bright and shiny, and it's kind of like an emotional motivation or stimulation, or even like a creative, like a muse. Like Btaylor is like a muse, and it opens her eyes to new opportunities and also opens her up spiritually. So that's what she really likes about connecting with Btaylor. Also, Btaylor has like sort of like a classic nostalgic quality to her that reminds Princella of memories from her past, important people that she's come in contact with, and she kind of feels a little bit childlike, or feels like Btaylor is childlike, which allows her to kind of like relax a little bit. And also she has like a natural sense of trust in her, or a natural comfortability around her. However, her motivation in the pursuit of this relationship is largely due to financial success and competition, or her sensing a rivalry. Now, that rivalry is coming across to me as being with maybe a king. Now, this King of Wands that I'm looking at, it is showing up in Btaylor's spread. I'm looking at a child, like a father-son relationship that's very important to her, and it's something that she respects and something that she wants to maintain the balance in. And this relationship between her child's father and her child could be the one thing that keeps her not only from being happy, but also from pursuing this new path. But we're going to get into that a little bit more when we go down her row. But I wanted to mention that relationship because there is a heavy sense of competition in Princella's row, and I don't know if eventually down the road she will be competing with these two very important male figures in the life of Btaylor. It could be a child, a Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn, or it could be a child's father, a Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius. Possibly. Those are just the energies leaning in towards Sagittarius being a prominent figure. I don't know what role that person plays in her life, or it could just be the season. We're approaching Sag season, so we can't rule that out either, right? Now, Btaylor is like, this would be like wish fulfillment for Princella. Like, this would be the quintessential, this would be something ideal for her. Now, ultimately though, I feel like even though the situation is going to be successful and she has a dream, Princella seems to be having a little bit more of an infatuation with Btaylor, based on the fact that she has like this nostalgic classic beauty about her, and she feels familiar. But Princella, she's like a hit and quit it, or at least in this spread. I don't know who she is as a person, but in this spread, she's coming across as like a hit it and quit it type of girl, more like a grass is greener mentality. And even I would even go as far as to say that she likes the conquest, or she likes, it reminds her of a period in her life that was like riddled with competition and rivalry and success. And for her, dating for right now carries on that kind of tone and connotation. So it seems to me that once she conquers, or once she wins the heart of, or gets the buy-in to, that ultimately she will end up walking away from this relationship. It almost, even, you know what, even I could even go as far as to say that she's competing with Btaylor herself. Now, like I said, it looks like, because I'm thinking of competition as in with an external, but she could just be competing to win Btaylor over. And this seems like sort of like kind of like a notch on her belt, because I have the Six of Wands here. So I feel that once she goes through this competition, which I'm looking at the Five of Wands for those of you guys who are familiar with tarot, and then she wins her wish fulfillment with this Nine of Cups, then she turns around and walks away from it with the Eight of Cups, but then she has the Six of Wands, which is a victory. To me, that says she's viewing this relationship as a conquest, as something to be able to say, I did that, or I conquered that, or or something like that. Now, obviously, Btaylor can definitely turn this into her advantage by not being conquerable. Like, let's just call it like that. Like, it's just like dealing with any other energy in the world, especially people who pursue conquest. You just have to be coquettish, get into your art of seduction book, and realize what you're dealing with. You know what I mean? And now, listen, I'm a connoisseur of the art of seduction. I would say that Princella was she was like the lonely leader. You know how someone is always used to having people around them that kind of kiss their ass, don't tell them the truth, don't really stand up for themselves around them because of what they need, what they want, but they're greatly seduced by people who stand up to them, or not even come at them in a way that's disrespectful, but that treat them as if they're on the level or beneath them. So hint, hint, if you feel like you want to conquer this person by flipping the script, or you just don't want to be conquered by Princella, then you need to treat her like she's less than you. That's the only way to do it. I hate to say it. I hate to promote it. It is what it is. This is a game to Princella. So if she wants to play the game, either if you're not in it for love, then the best thing to do is to play the game back. Now, Princella's in it for the love of competition, but she's also in it because her emotions are appeased by competing and winning. This is what gives her that emotional security, or that love language. So she likes to be kind of like triangulated. She likes to have a kind of like, she likes to fight. She likes to fight for it. She likes to fight for her heart. She likes to get engaged in those sort of things. But the thing is, once she wins, she loses interest. You know what I mean? And she doesn't lose interest in a way that makes her beneath you in the situation. She walks away proud. You know what I mean? As in, she's accomplished her goal, another notch on her belt. She can check it off of her list of things that she came to do, and it's like, I came, I saw, I conquered, and that's it, and that's all. She will leave all of her investment on the table. She will abandon it. She will break the illusion that she created around the whole situation in order for her to even get in the mode of being able to compete with you. So even like when I'm looking at this Ace of Cups and the Six of Cups, I'm looking at nostalgia. I'm looking at soulmate energy. She will actually literally create this soulmate illusion around the connection in order to help aid her in conquering you. So that's just what it is, right? Now, going into Btaylor's role, Btaylor is concerned with setting up her legacy. This is harvest season for her. Her goal right now is to accomplish different things, but she has some type of stigmas around her where she's very confined. I don't know what you would call it because I've been through this. Oh, it's like a repression. I've been through this as well. It's like a repression. She has like these imaginary standards around her persona that keep her from really coming out of her shell, so to speak. This can be addressed with magic because it was put on her by magic. So maybe somebody was speaking something over her that conditioned her mind into a certain type of box, and she's held by those same restrictions where she's not really like liberated, or she feels like she has to conform in order to reach her harvest season. Her goal is to accomplish. Her goal is to gain security. Her goal is to be sufficient, but it's not necessarily like a self-sufficiency. She just wants to be sufficient, but she's been like, she has like this kind of like almost like a magical brainwashing over her that tells her she has to bind herself in a certain way and conform to a certain standard in order to realize her material harvest. And again, like I said, it's magic. It's something that she literally needs to liberate herself from, but it's so deeply ingrained in her mental that it's not going to be easy to do. It's going to have to take divine intervention with this Temperance card. It's going to have to take consistent working with her higher powers, working with her, I don't know what you call it, like not even like a feminine. It's not even like her feminine nature because it's not a feminine thing. It's just a divine thing. It's that she needs to do some spell work. I hate to put it out there. Shameless plug. Hit up the InherAlchemist because you need to do some work on yourself that unbinds your mind because it's created. It's stifling her creativity. So where she's normally able to, or she does have this potential to think in beauty and to think outside the box and to think in color. Now she's thinking in very black and white, and this is by design because she's gone through some type of brainwashing. I call it magic, but in practical terms, she's brainwashed. Right now, like I said, there is a very important relationship in her life between her child and the father of the child. Now, with her child, I don't know. I feel like this is the source of the most happiness for her. Whatever that relationship involved, it seems like being a part of another half makes her happy. You know what I mean? So having that family structure, she likes masculine. She likes charisma. She likes a take charge type of person. She likes to be directed. She likes for her child to be steady and confident and loyal and sure. And her biggest thing in life is to develop security for her child. And there's something about her that feels like that can only be gained through real masculine leadership. She definitely wants a husband, and I wouldn't be surprised if she didn't want to marry the father of her child, or she wants to seek a man in her life that she feels like will be a great father to her child. And this man will possess the qualities of being a good marriage partner, for one, being action oriented, being able to help her, and being able to overcome challenges. She likes strength. She likes fortitude. She likes force almost. And that's something that really makes her happy and really brightens her up. Her child's happiness is the most important thing to her in life, period. Now, she's coming through as the Queen of Swords. That's big Libra energy, as well as the Three of Pentacles, coupled by the Nine of Swords. So, within herself, she's a very powerful woman. She is, whether she knows it or not. But her powers are in her bravery. You know what I mean? There's nothing that she's afraid to say. There's nothing that she's afraid to speak. However, she has a problem with being honest with herself about a lot of things. You know what I mean? And I think that has to do with her inability to exercise decisiveness in this time. But again, that's because I feel like she was like mentally brainwashed or even broken down and like built back up, or she was broken down, and it allowed for like some nefarious thoughts or energy to like enter her head and like really just like fuck with her mind a little bit. You know what I mean? But her true gifts are that she's powerful. She needs to claim that power though. She's a no nonsense woman. She's a truth teller. She's very strong, like I said, very brave, very frank, very honest, likes to engage in conversations that are not combative, not explosionary, but very frank, very matter of fact. And I think that she doesn't meet with a lot of people that support that, or at least she hasn't in the past. Maybe in a relationship with in the past where she was trying to just be her natural self, that was intimidating to somebody, and they tried to, you know, like beat it out of her or do something weird about her energy because of who she is naturally. People try to kind of like strip her of that, right? She's capable of being a professional, and she expects to have recognition and to achieve success in that, and she expects to be compensated for her works, period, point blank. She's about equity, you know what I mean? She appreciates things, and she wants to be appreciated. She recognizes people, and she wants to be recognized, but her love language is compensation. Period, point blank. I don't mind using my energy. I don't mind giving my efforts, but I need to be compensated. Period, point blank. That's her love language. Now, right now, I am showing a little bit of trauma that she's working through. Like I said, I heavily believe that that's in regards to being broken down, i.e. brainwashed in a relationship, perhaps with a husband, perhaps with this child father that we're looking at. She's still very stuck in this person, very still honestly hopeful about it in some type of weird way. But it affects her ability to maybe give and receive love, because there's not a lot of love in her spread. She's not coming across as like a person that's about their emotions or about their intuition. She doesn't think in intuition and emotion. That's not the way her brain works. Her brain works in terms of like goal, success, honesty, exchange, compensation. Like I said, she's about the mutual exchange of it all. She's not whimsical. Princella is coming across, on the other hand, as very whimsical, but her love nature is tied into her competition and her victories. And so if you think about it, if they have that understanding, hey, I want to win, but see, Princella likes to wrap fantasies, and she likes to wrap fantasies around her. So Btaylor can very well get what she wants out of Princella, but she's going to have to weave Princella in some type of fantasy world, because that's what Princella is trying to do to her, essentially. But at the end, Princella is going to walk away after she conquers Btaylor. What is the advice for Btaylor? You better get what you can, because she's going to make sure that she gets what she wants out the deal, and Princella's gonna be the one to leave first. So that's my tarot spread. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you think down in the comments, and I'll see you on the next one.